Welcome to the Gender Agenda, where I'll be unpacking the need-to-know info about gender and all of its complexities. So, let's get started. For centuries, science and societal traditions have prescribed specific ideas about what gender and sex are. Now that they're being challenged, it's important to understand how sex and gender are different.
Wait, sex and gender are different?
Yes, sex refers to an individual's biological characteristics. Sex is based on genetics. To make any sense of how men and women are physiologically different, you've got to understand chromosomes.
Chromosomes are molecules that contain our genetic information. Women and men both have 46 chromosomes, plus 2 sex chromosomes. The difference is that women have 2 X chromosomes, whilst men have 1 X and 1 Y chromosome. This Y is what contributes to making men and women physically different.
Historically, only 2 sexes were acknowledged, male and female. But this completely excluded approximately 1%, or 7.5 million people across the globe, intersex individuals.
Intersex? Some men are born with 3 X chromosomes, some women are born with a Y chromosome. Due to these and other genetic irregularities, they have a combination of male and female sexual characteristics.
Gender presents ideas about what it means to be a male and a female according to society's expectations. It suggests that each sex must abide to particular rules in order to fulfill their assigned gender role.
A real woman is feminine, takes pride in her appearance, and is subservient to the patriarchy. A real man is masculine, doesn't show vulnerability, and has authority.
I still don't get it. Take cosmetics for example. Is it masculine or feminine? Most likely your natural inclination was to say that it was feminine. Why? Because you've grown up in a society that said makeup was for girls, not boys.
Imagery of flawless faces on posters depict an inherent relationship between wearing excessive amounts of makeup, feeling confident, attaining happiness, and being socially accepted. Most disturbing of all is the notion that still exists throughout cosmetic advertising is that women should strive to entertain the male gaze.
Isn't gender natural though? Did you pop out of the womb knowing how to perfectly contour your face? Sure, you might be a natural now, but you weren't always. Gender, like the application of makeup, is not something you're born with an understanding of.
Only over time, through exposure to external influences, did you learn about popular trends, study YouTube tutorials, and eventually mimic these actions to achieve the latest look. It, like gender, is not natural.
However, gender is fluid. Our perspective is shaped by prevalent beliefs at a particular time. If you were a man in ancient Egypt, guy liner, as it's now known, was normal.
Kohl eyeliner, drawn to give the eyes an almond-like shape, was worn for practical reasons and for rituals. Supposedly, it protected the eyes from sun exposure, repelled insects, prevented infection, and it replicated the dramatic look of gods.
Many historical civilizations saw men wearing cosmetics.
This included the ancient Romans and during the Elizabethan era. In the 19th century, changing societal beliefs meant that the use of makeup shifted to one side of the gender spectrum. A leader for men's fashion, Beau Brummel, cemented the trend towards a narrower definition of masculinity by promoting a movement for men to wear stark, basic colours and discard the flowery, ornate style they previously fashioned.
Recently, there's been a resurgence in men wearing makeup.
Social media has allowed for the popularity of male beauty influencers like James Charles, Thomas Halbert, and Patrick Starr, who have contributed to cosmetics gradually becoming gender inclusive.
Increasingly, the definition of gender is becoming more flexible. People don't feel the need to adhere to binary concepts like male and female as they once did. However, we are far from being a totally equal society. Cosmetics is just one tiny aspect of this much bigger issue in regards to the conformity to popularized beliefs regarding masculinity and femininity. It all comes down to accepting people for who they are and not what they are expected to be.